Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. You know, I'm here to speak to you at this time because there's something serious that's going on in our world and we need to give it some very serious attention. And I don't know if you're getting the kind of attention that I bring from others. I hope you are. But if you're not, I hope this is working. I want to talk to you about the lesser of two evils is the devil. The lesser of two evils is the devil. We have in our country split so wide until we have chosen to let ourselves slip, regardless of what we were holding on to before. We've decided to put it on hold. In our presidential election in 2016, our current president, that election was put before the American people. In a state, they were testing America. America's supposed to be a holy nation. They want everybody else in the world to think that they are that. You know, that word, using it as a front, rather than it being true. Is it true? Well, here, let's judge the evidence. And here we have people divided in every way. Everything that you can think of is divided. And even on social media now, you can hear information about HAARP, that man-made weather machine they got going on in Alaska somewhere, messing with all this weather, they say. And people who don't have time to even think about that kind of stuff. You got people who are talking about Black Lives Matter or White Lives Matter. You got people that's talking about poverty and all these crimes and sicknesses and disease. All of these things are happening. And our nation is so divided. So divided. So divided. So the test came. They put before the American people two individuals that had been protected. These individuals should have been free. Every last one of them should have been, according to the system, they should have been in jail a long time ago and probably never getting out. Donald Trump and Ms. Clinton. Now, I'm saying this based upon the information that's been put out there. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just saying it based upon the information that's been put out there. Both of them. But they haven't, because they've been protected. Why? To be used at a time such as this. To put before you, the American people, and I'm talking about the powers that be that's running this world, not just America, and us, two representatives of evil. And each of you knew in your heart and spirit that the one that you were considering was evil, but it just wasn't as evil as the other. The Democrats knew Mrs. Clinton in their own spirit. They don't really know, but they believe, based upon all the stuff that they hear, that she's probably kind of corrupted. But she can't be as bad as Donald Trump. So she ain't good, but she ain't that bad. And that's the same way they were thinking on the other side of the coin. Donald might not be that good, but he sure is better than that over there. You divided. People who need the same things for survival, struggling forward while somebody else is ripping it from you. You're 99%, but you got nothing compared to the 1%. And you're sitting out there fighting one another. So they give you this, and you go and say, I choose mine. Now, what happened? Donald Trump won. To his people, the lesser of the two evils, Miss Clinton would have drove him crazy. But he was the lesser of two evils. There, three are packed. And every Democrat over there think he's a devil. Think he's right up the devil. Even the church folk talk about it. He's a devil sent by God to show this world how corrupt it is. And he's trying to destroy everything. That's what they'll say. But to them, He's a God sent for other reasons. Now, if Miss Clinton had won, it would have been the same thing, the same identical thing. So, when the one that won came in, what did he start doing? He started doing all those evil things. Start slapping laws and regulations and rules and talk about people of color and what he's going to do. Get them out the country. Keep them from coming in the country. He was really pissed off with Barack Obama. A lot of people think Barack Obama didn't do anything, at least for people of color. And he, according to Donald Trump, based upon his actions, he did everything for people of color. And he's going to rescind everything. Stop it. And make America great again, where nobody here but white people run things. And we'll be ready to knock heads if you don't want to listen. We knock heads if you don't want to listen. I'm telling you, that's that devil. Now, you agree. The things that are important, not even getting to know, you don't hear anything about it. They just sit up there playing games. Now, if it were the other way, Miss Clinton probably wouldn't be doing the same thing that Donald Trump is doing, but she'll be doing whatever they want her to do. The Council of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Relations, whatever they want her to do, that's what she's going to be doing. And it was going to be against some of you. We're going to be pissed. And others of you would be nonchalant. That's the way we have come. And we've also come to the point where we think that we so bad. You got a boy, not a man, you got a boy over in North Korea playing games just like little boys do. But it's a dangerous game. He's doing it for power. Be somebody. And over here, your president is talking about making more bombs. And we're going to be the greatest nation, no power on the earth. It's going to be willing or daring to challenge us because we'll bring them down. They're talking all that big talk. But what's happening? The wind is blowing out over the seas. And it's whipping up a whirlwind. Like a slingshot in and out. It goes forward and brings back. And it comes with an eye. And it circles around and around and around. Takes time to get the people whose path it's on to get all of that fear. Make it come out. Scare the heck out of you. Make you run inland. Because they're coming at you. You don't know what they're going to do. But based upon what happened the last time, you are afraid to take that chance. And so you get moving. And you're running out of gas. And you got to get gas. Or the lines are long. You might not even escape. But the time is passing in the wind. You can feel the wind. And it's slinging. You can see it. The breeze is flowing through the trees. They are beginning to lean. And then you can see the dust flying, the grass lying down. And you say, oh my God. Why don't they step on it? Why don't they get going? Hey. And you know what it does? It comes upon the shores. And it brings with it all of these tides of water. And it just wipes out everything. And wind just tears down the buildings and homes. And what you thought you had, you see you don't. And like the nations that have been bombed and stuff like this, couldn't have been no worse than what's going on here by the wind. It didn't happen by a man. Some say it was God, but some say God wouldn't do anything like that. Some say it was nature. Nature is God. And some say it was heart. Well, man sitting there trying to wipe a lot of us off the earth so it won't be that many here. And they can have a party all over the earth. Be shown of God. Well, it doesn't really matter. You're going to hear all of that. But the truth is, how are you coming out in this deal? You're being divided and you're still under control of evil. And since you got evil in, what does that mean? It means the lesser of two evils is the devil. The lesser of two evils was the devil. The devil knew that you would vote for the lesser of two evils. You wouldn't, in your own mind, just stand up and vote for evil, the big evil, what evil supposed to stand for. No. But they're both evil, so you will vote for the lesser or two evils. That lesser, and the devil will switch himself or make himself look different. However he have to appear as the lesser. And the lesser wins. And what do you have? The devil. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. All I want to say to you is this. There is a reality at play here. It is the fruit of the seed. I want to say some things to you in a few moments that still remains. And it doesn't really matter how I say it. I'm going to offend some. If I say it to be gentle and kind and nice, I'll make you feel good. It won't get no results out of it, no action from you. And it'll make those who believe different mad as heck. And if I speak rough to you, tell you just like it is, slap it in your face, then those out there who know it will feel good and brave about it. And those of you who you just couldn't chew that. And it would put you against anything that I say. So I'm damned if I do it, I'm damned if I don't. So I ask the Spirit of the Lord to lead me. When I say the Spirit of the Lord, I'm talking about that Spirit that knows what's best and don't care what you think about it at this moment in time. This is for your love. This earth is made by a power you cannot see, you cannot touch, you cannot feel. Those senses that we have, they cannot identify anything as God. But when you use those senses, everything that it can give you is an expression that God exists. Why? Because no one else did it that we can kind of point up and say. And that earth, this earth that was made by that power, has wonderful, wonderful abilities. It's like a womb. And everything needed to fulfill the dreams of those that desire of it is its greatest pleasure in producing. And like these resources within the earth are there, then a purpose for them being there is effected in the creation of you and I, humankind. And we, as humankind, have certain requirements for survival. Food, clothing, shelter, education, health care. Now, these things we got to have in order to survive. All the other stuff that we as human beings do is all extra. But the way it is to be used, ladies and gentlemen, if you want peace and prosperity and joy, means that everybody on the earth, every human being on the earth, I don't care if it's 8 billion or 15 billion, must have that which is required for their survival. All of us. And every last one of them must have a career of their own choosing. A career that gives them their greatest joy. And all of these careers are interconnected in the process of creating the goods and services that human beings have determined are essential in their lives. And by doing this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the expression of your fondest dreams. This is you, the dream maker. Now that doesn't exist anywhere on earth. The closest you can get to it is with that 1%. That's as close you can get to it. They robbed you, but they got a price to pay. We all do. So don't think that this is a condemnation on the 1%. This is a condemnation on the human race. This is what the human race has done to itself. The poor can't blame the rich. They allowed this to happen. Why? Because you were cowards. If you weren't a coward, you wouldn't have took it. And you wouldn't have taken it. And if they had gotten rid of you, then who were they going to do then? I mean, this is them. What they going to do? They ain't no fool. They might take a couple of us out. But that's only to see what you think all about. If you start standing, let them take one of us out, 3 of us stand. Let them take another one out, 8 of us stand. Standing for what? Standing for truth, standing for beauty, standing for life, standing for you. And I say you, I'm talking about everybody. I'm not trying to put Donald Trump down in this instance. Donald Trump deserves to have a wonderful life and all of his dreams come true just like me, you, and everybody else. And all of the things that he's done, I'm not advocating him being put in jail and prosecuted for anything. Unless we prosecute all of us. There was a game that's been played in life, in human experience. And right now, you can say what you want to say about me. But the wind is still blowing. And the floods are still coming. And the people are still running. And their property is being destroyed. And people's homes and their lives. And it's happening all over. The wildfires are doing the same thing. They're burning down everything. And you know what? A bomb can't stop it. A white man can't stop it. A black man can't stop it. But human beings can stop it. How do human beings stop it? Start acting like you got some sense. If you got some sense, if God is doing it, God will cut it off. If you start acting like you some sense and man is doing it, he'll cut it off. But as long as you're acting like a fool, that's what you will get. And we can't point our finger at others and say, they're acting the fool. They wouldn't be acting the fool if you stopped them. How do you stop them? By standing up for something else and resisting everything that they throw at you. That's foolishness. The lesser of two evils is the devil. I think about my friends. I got many friends, family members, and all who voted for the lesser of two evils. Those I had a chance to talk with before the election, I stated my case, but I heard them tell me why it was justifiable in voting for the lesser of two evils. I heard it. I saw it as for what it is. I knew it was the devil. They didn't. But the thing that blows my mind is that prior to the devil like that being presented to them, they had before them a representation, physical representation of that I just explained to you. What we can have if we wanted to. And it was rejected. It was rejected. It was rejected. It was rejected. There's no other way to say it. Peace and prosperity and joy was rejected. You know why it was rejected? Because the people didn't know any better. They saw who brought the message. The message was a black man. Ooh, and you know how they feel about black people. And they looked at him. And they judged him based upon what he looked like. First of all, they recognized that he didn't have any material goods. He wasn't rich. He wasn't even close to it. So, those who saw themselves in me didn't believe in themselves, so they definitely couldn't believe in me. And those who saw themselves as being more than me, based upon that physical stuff that they try to judge people by, there was no way they could vote for me. No way they could vote for me. What I represented, they don't know anything about that. How could I really know something about that? I'm trying to trick them, they say. And what they do, they end up voting for the devil. The devil. But ladies and gentlemen, the reason that I'm bringing you this message is this. You have made this choice. But you are not cursed by it only if you allow it to stand. You have the power to change it. You produced it. This, what you see right here before you, this is you. This is your baby. The pros and cons, Republicans and Democrats, black and white, men and women, all of this is you. There are none of you in this society that's separate from that. Even those who say, I'm going out here and live in the pasture, in the pastures, maybe I should say, and separate myself from human race. Even they got a part in this. They are not excused. We are all. And if we're to fix it, it's going to require all. And if all are not ready to put their hands to it, the rest of us got to have enough faith and power to represent that lack and do it instead. We ain't got to worry about them. Why? Because what we talking about, what we're doing, it going to work for them whether they put their hands to it or not. And I guarantee you when it starts working like that, There's no way they want to keep their hands out. I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, because what you need to do is think about this kind of stuff. Don't just take it because I'm saying it unless you can grab it, but unless it's hitting you right where you're already at. If it's hitting you, if it's doing that now, then you go with it. But if it's not, give it some thought. And once you start getting it, start talking to one another about it. Build yourself up. You've been in a foreign land. And where I'm talking about going is even more foreign. But it's beautiful. It's fantastic. And now look, we can start doing this today. We can start doing it today. We do not have to wait until the United States, the whole United States, looks like Houston, look like other flood areas and windstorm areas where wildfires. We don't have to wait until the whole nation is destroyed. If the whole nation is destroyed materialistically, and all we got are black people and white people and people who used to hate and people who did all those stuff living in temporary shelters, I'm sure something better change quick because all hell will break loose pretty soon up in there. But before that, everybody will be dependent upon everybody. Everybody will be dependent upon everybody. And you can take it right there at that point and start it all over by using the principles that I just explained to you. Everybody choosing a particular career that is great, wonderful for them, and start collectively putting it together in this creative process. And you will actually, and it won't, you don't need no bank, you don't need no loan, you don't need no debt, you don't need no credit, you don't need any of these things. You can burn that stuff up. Burn it up. Don't need that. That was a game that has been played to further the system that have led us to having the devil on the throne. Now, the devil is not going to walk away. You birthed this. And it's going to be hell to get rid of the devil. And I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking Donald Trump and anybody else you put in there that is not representative of the human race. I don't care about, let me tell you something, the Constitution and all that stuff. Let me just say this. I better get out of the thing, but I do want to say this about the Constitution. People say, well, the Constitution is the laws of this land. And they accept that as the law above God. What that really says is that you got a small mind. A very, very small mind. The Constitution of the United States and any other sovereign power is just like a description of the do's and don'ts of a game, whether it's the Crips, the Bloods, the Rangers, or anything. It's just the same, like that, that's all it is. And it has the same outcome. It works for some and not for others. Every last one of them. And so when you say, whatever land you're from, that's where you dedicate yourself, you are saying that you're better than somebody else. Just, we teach the Bible that you Christians talk about, teach that that's supposed to be love. But when you have that attitude, you're saying you're better than somebody else. Or you got something you don't want to share with someone else. Oh, you're cold. Ooh-wee. Or you try to say that you're loving, but your actions are cold. So, the choice is yours. The lesser of two evils is the devil. Bye-bye.